Hello to those listening. This is an orator here with the freest of speech. And this time, I would like to talk about this.
Consider it a personal insult, an insult to my legacy, if this community lets down its guard and fails to activate itself in this election.
Now, I could go down the list of saying, how dare Obama tell people who they should vote for, or I could go and say that this is anti democratic. But to me, when I see this, when I hear this, all I hear is Hillary Clinton is a crappy candidate. So go out and vote, not because you support Hillary, but because you support me. Now, maybe it's just me, but the last time I checked, everybody in the media has been screaming to the top of their lungs on a daily basis, fuck Trump. But Hillary Clinton is the single most qualified person to ever run for president. But yet, the president that sits in office now goes to his voter base and says, vote for her for me. If you don't vote for her, you're insulting me. This is supposed to be the most qualified, as the media says, candidate to ever run for president. But she cannot stand on her own 2 feet. Which would mean that you're the most qualified person to ever run to be president isn't actually qualified to be the president if she's the most qualified. And everybody needs to just say, vote for her, not because she's qualified, not because she can do this. Vote for her because she has a vagina. If you're a feminist, vote for her because you're doing it as a favor to me, the black president, because you're black. Vote for her because you don't like the other side. The giant block of people that they want to vote for her are told to vote for her for every other reason other than her. This is what has our country has devolved to when it comes to an election. You know, just for the audacity of Obama saying that, it would not surprise me if a bunch of people got up and voted for Trump just in spite of him because he thinks that he levels this much credibility, respect, gravitas, that he gets to tell other people what to do with their own choice. Forgetting the simple fact is that most states are set up to ignore voters anyway. I mean, I live in Ohio. During one of the last congressional elections, the Democrats fielded way more votes than the Republicans, but yet our state government is still run majority by Republicans even though they lost the vote. If you ever take the time to look at the way the congressional districts are drawn in states, some of them look like an epileptic 2-year-old just scribbled on a map and said, here you go. And this morning, I happened to turn on Morning Joe because every now and again when I really need to just get up and get some gumption going, it really helps me out to listen to these political commentators pretty much in a sense talk a bunch of foolishness, and it really infuriates me, and it gets the blood pumping, it gets the day started for me. But this morning they said something that caught my attention that they just either voluntarily ignored or didn't even pay attention to what they were saying. And Joe Scarborough said that Donald Trump's been on TV for about a decade. He knows TV. And when he said that statement, it made me stop and think. You have a TV show. You are part of the media. You are talking to other people who are also a part of the media. And none of you people have put together the concept that if a person who you think isn't qualified to be the president, think who does not have the demeanor to be the president, can be and doing a good in the presidency because he's been a TV star for 10 years, because he knows the medium in which he is competing in. Not one of you ever put together that maybe, just maybe, we in the media have bastardized the election to the point that it is meaningless. Nobody seemed to have that type of introspection. Nobody has looked at the situation and reflected upon it and said this might be the case. Probably because, well, that means they will be at fault. And then they will have to change. Which means they will stop sensationalizing things, and then people will stop paying attention to them, and then they don't get to make money. Now, I'm not one to knock your hustle, but don't complain and bitch about you causing a problem and then acting as if when the negative aspects of it come back, it's like, whoa, yeah, I know that we kind of started this crap, but we don't, but we gonna complain about it now, pretend like we didn't, we wasn't a part of this, as if you wasn't there. But anyway, in conclusion, Obama's statements, forget a bunch of other things that can be said about it, at its core proves Hillary Clinton sucks at being a presidential candidate. The end. This was an orator here with the freest of speech. Thanks for listening.